Good morning. I want to talk about this Kachelofen tile oven range. I wish there were maybe you can come up with a simple English word for what I'm talking about, that masonry kitchen range. I'm going to bring it down again. I'm going to unstack it. I thought, oh, do I really want to do that? Yeah, I do. I'm real content with it. I'll at the end of this video, I'll turn the camera and you can see. But I'm going to, not so much because it's imperfect. There are some things I could fix, make it a little bit better, true. But I'm going to bring it down because I've resolved that I've got enough material here that I may as well go ahead and rough out at least the firebox underneath it. You know, the fire, the heat, complete with its vent and up to the chimney. The chimney's there. It heated this house for 20 years, from about 1955 to maybe 25 years to 1980 or so, when I built a new chimney inside the house. At that time, that chimney was outside the house, but the house has wrapped around it since, so it's inside where chimneys should be, so that they stay warm and don't create a creosote along the walls. Anyway, I have enough of this kind of firebrick that my sister gave me. I'm not sure if it was ever used, but it's intended for a wood stove, and I have enough of it that I can build a nice little firebox. It'll be little, and I haven't. Well, this is aluminum, but I can still use it to. It's the right size. I can use it to experiment with how I'll run the flue to the left, up, and then into the thimble, it's called, what goes through the wall. And here's what will go inside that thimble. The thimble is bigger than that. It's probably 10-inch, 9-inch maybe. This is probably 8, and this is 6, I think. Stepping it down because I don't. There's going to be two things go into it: the smoke from the firebox in the range, and a hood. I'm going to build a hood over it, and I'll bring those two together and run them into that. So that'll all be fun to do. So I have the material, and I thought, why don't I just go ahead and at least rough it out? So it's going to come down. Oh, and one of the reasons it's got to come down is because, I don't know if I do it, I found I have this piece of steel. Now, this is pretty heavy steel, and it's 12 inches, and I'll finish that cut. I don't know if you can see. I'll finish that cut, and then this piece of steel will slide in there, resting on the firebrick, to make the floor of what's called the ash pit, or the ash tray. And I have what I need for the grate. The doors, I have doors. I'll have to go up and, from other stoves that I saved, I'll have to go up and take a look at them. Now there I may have to use a little bit of mortar to join them into the masonry so that they'll swing. I could always just set a brick there as the door for both. I might do that. I don't know. But I don't know. I'll see about that. But I wanted to say something about the provenance of all these firebrick. Another thing that changed my mind was I went out to look around to see if I had more good firebrick. Now the kind of firebrick I'm talking about now is this kind of stuff. It says Mount Savage on it. That's where it was quarried and burnt. Yeah, you can't say. When I restacked it, I was careful to let the Mount Savage imprinted in the brick be able to be read. I'm talking about this kind of firebrick. I brought, as I recall, 8 pickup truck loads of that from town. It was given to me. Now, it was 8 because I was afraid of the weight. My truck was a 3/4 ton truck, but I don't like to go heavy. And I had to do it very quickly because a guy gave it to me, but he told me, you're going to have to come and get it quick because a bulldozer is going to come in there and drive back and forth across it and smash it all up. because they tore the building down that it was in. It was the Firebrick for a huge furnace stove that generated steam for a factory called the Bedford Pin Mill. I also managed to save from them at the scrapyard. I had to go to the scrapyard because I was too late. 2 huge round cast iron doors, about this big around. They were from 2 of them, and then also 2 somewhat smaller doors, complete with their jambs, cast iron, all of this, which was from the firebox itself. This was from up where the steam was being made, I think. I don't know. But anyway, I have so many of these Firebrick, and I've been very careful with them. I mean, like, here's a, no, that's something different. But even broken pieces like this, after all, no, this is different too. I have different kinds of Firebrick here. I don't throw them away because it's Firebrick. You know, to me it's like gold. One of these, if you could still buy it, would probably cost something like $5 for 1 brick. If you could still get them. You probably can't get brick that size. It'd be very hard to get brick that size without a lot of bother. So normal Firebrick, which masons use when they build fireplaces and stuff nowadays, modern, new, they cost, I think, around $2.50 a piece. But anyway, you can imagine how much worth that is if you had to spend it. And I treat it almost like gold. I haven't sawn any that I remember. I've cut them with the hammer. You can cut them and break them, but not easily, and I don't like to do that either. So anyway, that's the Provenance. And I have some really nice ones down there, which the pigs revealed, where they had knocked down something that I hadn't really finished. And I'll bring them up, and therefore I'll go on with that. Now, let me get the camera. I'll pull it out. It's a pretty invasive shot. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This, in case you hadn't seen the other video, this is what I'm going to unstack. There's the thimble. The vent is to it. The flue is going to come out from under here, go to the left, come up, go into that. And the hood will go over all of this. There is Firebrick, which is somewhat damaged, and I was reluctant to go on. And then right there is where I'm going to put another leg, and underneath it, centered, I'll put the firebox for that. And then this will be the surface that I cook on. Remember, this is stainless steel. That whole thing is going to get hot. Well, that's kind of an odd video, but I'll say bye for now.